Quick watercolor workout here today. So putting tube red, yellow ochre, and there's a navy, blue, blue. I also have a navy blue, so I guess would be closer to ultramarine blue. And then I've got cakes as well, so just doing a mixing demo quickly. So we've got out of the tube blue, that's the regular blue. We've got the out of the tube navy, which I guess would be an ultramarine type blue. So these are the primary colors that I'm using. We've got a red, being watercolor, they're pretty transparent. And then the third would be my yellow ochre. So let's do some mixing. So let's do red and the dark blue. Darkish purple, add a touch more blue to it, give it a bluer tint, very close to that, although there is the dark inside it. Let's put some more of this dark navy out. So I think that's the color I'm actually going to use. Okay, then we'll do some red and yellow ochre. Add a bit more red to that. Sort of a browny red orange tinge. Add some more yellow ochre. Right, navy blue and yellow ochre. Strongish green, add some more yellow to it. Touch more blue. Look at that, kind of like sea green there. And then different ways to mix a brown. We've got our orange. If I take some blue, add some blue into that, touch more. Nice strongish brown, add more blue into it. Get some more of the primary colors out. Added yellow. And what we can do is we can add some white to this. We can really lighten things up. So these are watercolors straight from the tube. Don't use too much water unless you're doing a background wash or some kind of wash. This is how I use my colors straight from the tube, keeping them relatively thick and water with it. So let's go for something really close to black. So we got browns, kind of like a gray. So I'm going to mix up. We're going really, really light on the brown there. And here it's that mix, and I've added blue into that. Too much blue, and this is what you get. So we need too much yellow, and you're going to get up a green. So we want a happy medium, and we just mix everything together. Dark grey. You want to go a bit darker. More blue. More red. We're getting a nice darker color. Bear in mind, outside you don't see in nature something that is black like we see black on colored things. So we start going towards a lighter grey. And now I'm hardly putting, actually I haven't put any water with this. Clean my brush out. Add some more white to what I've got here. And there I can have a very, very light grey. So darker colour. We want even mix of our three primaries. If you want to go really, really dark, you can do the blue. Need some more red. Go over to a purple. We've got a very, very dark bluey purple colour. Smidgen of yellow ochre, and it darkens up even more. So colour mixing, colours. You just need to play around with them every time you get a different set. You need to play around with the colours, mix up a colour mixing chart, see what works best for you, and work from there. Right, if I'm going to do some rocks, I can do a yellow ochre base. So that's my base. I can take some blue, add some blue over it. You'll notice it's going a bit green. Get some red, add some red to that as well. And usually what I do is you take black and cover this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just scrape out something, but you can, even just doing this, you can get out some good tones for mixing up some color. So what I'm going to do, usually I have a card. I don't have a card with me today, and you can scrape out texture. Depending on the size of the rock that you want, you just have fun. Lots of videos on scraping out, good fun. Obviously, once you're finished, you end up with this mess on there. You can clean it up. Usually I clean my card every time I go along. Hope this helps some people. Let's have a look now at using, just mix up some water here. I'm going to use from my cakes, the red. These are watercolor cakes. You can immediately see the difference between the tube and this blue. Much more transparent, and the yellow ochre. Okay, so let's do a bit of yellow ochre and blue. We've got a bluey green, yellowy green, Now, I'm not using any of the other pan colors. Let's do a mix in the top of the well. Maybe just move that in a bit closer for you. Mix it up over here. Nice strong blue. Just don't dip back for more water. Clean my brush. Some yellow ochre. And get that darker green. Now let's do red and the blue. The blue. Okay, so you can see the difference really. This is straight from the tube, not a lot of water. Yeah, I do need to use more water because it's these cakes that I'm using here. Okay, let's mix up an orange. So we want yellow ochre. There's the yellow ochre. Add some red to that. It's a ready orange. And we need some more yellow ochre into that. Pinky brown. Just have to play with the colors a bit until you get the right, more of a brown, yellow, orange, if you look at them. So with the tubes, it's a lot stronger than it is with the cake watercolors. Okay, so let's have a look at those dark colors then. Add some blue to that orange mix. Lovely greyish color. Keep on mixing. I'm going to go more that way. Darker, and if I have to put it in here, you're going to see the difference immediately. Still wet on wet there. Then we want a proper brown color, so I'm going to mix up the red. Nice bit of red in there. Some yellow ochre, orangey color, and then a touch of blue, sorry, that darker blue, and we get to a pretty dark color. That's more black color. We actually want to go more on the brown side. So a bit more yellow ochre to it. And now we start going to the brown. Okay folks, so just a relatively quick video. Yeah, we can do something similar with the watercolor. So let's start with our base. Do two different sets here. This one I'll put some of the darker brown into it. And if you want a bit of sunlight, you can put a highlight. You can start removing. Just wet it, remove, and you can use a tissue paper for it as well. Places where you want to lighten it up, and then you could add on some yellow ochre to that, just to break it up a bit. So we'll let these dry. I think I want to use this sharper brush. Add in those highlights that I spoke about, let it dry a bit. Adding in some highlights on that side there. Then with this one, getting back to it, because it just wet it up a bit, because we need to put some other color into it. So just get some more this back in there, and get some red and some blue, pop in a purple. Set up some nice texture there. And then this one, I do have black, So what I can do, using the black color, go over the parts that you probably would like black. So, using the card again, do some scraping here, bring it closer. We can get in some different texture. We can add something to it, create a vignette or something, pop in a tree. Okay, there we go. Just a quick one on, sorry about the cable, pan and tube. These are just generic tube colors that I got over here. Just a store-bought color, I suppose, El Cheapo. It's a set of 12 colors, but just using these here, those are the colors you can come up with. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even this one can go out unless you want something lighter in the sky. And that's what you can achieve. That's all, folks. Have a great day wherever you are. Until later, stay safe. God bless. Ciao.